But I think more than ever, a couple of reasons why I think this, Olden. I think it's imperative now that you just don't focus on the top 5 pick, the top 10 pick. Oh, we got the 7th pick, the lottery pick. I think it's imperative that you actually score. What did you say while we were during the break? You say, man, Brooklyn has like 5 picks. The Thunder often have a lot of picks. Celtics have had a bunch of picks. I think you have to land that 14th pick, that 23rd pick.
That's where the draft begins.
That 29th pick. Because more than ever, teams are so deep, and you have to have a bunch of guys. Who's your Nembhard? Who's your Neesmith, right? Who's your Jalen Williams, where he was the 11th pick, but he wasn't a top 5, top 6.
Who's your Derek White?
Who's your great point? Who's your Derek White? Who's your second-round guy that all of a sudden can play? Who's your undrafted Austin Reeves?
Your Nikola Jokic.
100%. Because
Dennis Rodman.
I think more than ever, especially as we start to get into this first and second aprons. I don't know if we're chefs in the kitchen or something, but as we get into these aprons, what is it, the Mother's Day gift? As we get into these aprons, like, I think it's imperative. You're not going to be able to just rely on, okay, I got this guy, and we're going to get a number. These guys are coming in. You know this. They're coming in at 18, 19. You can't expect them to change your franchise. It's going to take them 4 or 5 years, and by then, you might be out on them. Or by then, you might have had to maneuver the whole roster. So to me, I want to get this guy who's 22, nobody's talking about, but he had 4 or 5 great years in college, and I'm like, man, I'm going to pick him up, and he's going to be that guy who just comes in, gives me 8, 9 points, plays great defense, hits big shots. And I think you have to get these guys early and get it right, because you have to have depth, you have to have score, and you're going to have to find a diamond in the rough, because you can't just pay everybody. And that's the reason why the Celtics are blowing this thing up. You would think, why go for it again? If Tatum didn't get injured, maybe you can win. They're saying we got to blow this thing up. This is why you get the general manager talking about we might have to trade a Nikola Jokic. That sounded like blasphemy a year ago.
That was crazy.
Blasphemy a year ago. Now, never in the history have we heard someone say, I mean, you might have just traded Kobe. You might have just traded peak Shaq. You might have traded peak LeBron. Wait, what? Yeah, right. And keep your job.
Yeah,
because the next day, fired. Like,
well, Nico just did it.
Yeah, well. I think he might go full Nico and do something with this. Y'all thought I was getting Cooper
Y'all
Flagg.
thought I just brought this up just because?
Y'all thought we were planting the flag with Flagg. No. But do you feel me, though? You have to get these. Usually we disregard picks. Oh, man, you got the 18th pick, whatever, who cares? 28th pick, who cares? You got to get this right, because you got to hope 2 of the 3 in your first round are guys that can play and contribute. Cason Wallace. Come in, play big minutes. And it's not about you averaging 20. It's that you play a vital role, a pivotal role in this team, because you look at the Pacers, deep. You look at the Thunder, deep. You look at Minnesota, deep. You look at the Celtics before all the injuries and everything. What was their thing? Bunch of guys who can shoot, pass, dribble, deep. And you look at Detroit, deep. And that's why Orlando, deep. And you look at the teams that are coming, depth. And I think and that's why tonight is not just going to be about the first 4 or 5 guys.
But that's why I'm thinking, like with the Lakers, perfect example of being here in L.A., I don't believe they're deep.
No, they're not.
They need a lot of pieces. They need younger pieces, but that are athletic and can play.
100%.
You know, it's like LeBron's going to be LeBron. It's unfortunate in a way. It's the good and the bad, the blessing and the curse. Luka's going to be Luka, but the problem is Luka goes full Luka and LeBron goes full LeBron under pressure. I got to carry
back to who you are.
Yeah, you revert back to who you are. And so to me, that's the issue. So you got to go find these guys. You got to go find that diamond in the rough, that kid that no one's talking about, but one of your scouts has had his eyes on him for the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we don't see enough of that. We see it from all these other teams. Oklahoma, man, whatever Oklahoma City's doing, man, people need to study.
Sam Presti, he's got it.
They need to study that.
Sam Presti this last decade or so has been crazy with the finding the dominoes, making the trades, getting this. You giving it Paul George? Watch this. I mean, they have been masterful. And that's why I think he finally had his crowning moment, finally getting this title, because he's won. How many times can he win executive year and all that? He finally was able to get the championship to validate all the moves he was making and the successful moves. I mean, dude drafted KD, Russ, Harden. I mean, you can spot talent. Oh, that person.
He knows
that
how
person.
to do it, man.
That person. MVP, SGA. We have MVP under our watch.
He's got a bunch of MVPs under his watch. Sam Presti is a master. You know,
You brought up a great point with Luka and LeBron. They're gonna have to realize y'all need some speed, some athleticism. It can't just be Luka dribble. Dude, Minnesota. That's why they beat Denver 2 years ago. Now that the season's over, it was athleticism. Bunch of guys they could just throw at Jokic. He's like, what is going on? And they had long 6'7", 8". Just they all looked the same. 6'8" with a headband on it, and they do the same thing.
You didn't even know who they were.
I don't know. One of them.
Is that? Oh, that's the other guy.
Is that Daniel Nickeil Alexander?
But like OKC, they got like 17 Williamses. They got 9 Jalen Williams. It's like they put them out there. You're like, okay, which Williams is this?
What was the call, Rob G? One of the announcers said, instead, because they do have the 2 Jalen Williams, he's like, he would call him, he would say, the All-Star one, or something, basically like disrespecting the other one. He would be like the good Williams,
the one that's an All-Star.
Yeah, it was like something he says to disrespect
not the bummy one.
I'm like, yo, you guys flagrant. You're gonna have to call him something else. Call him J-Dub, something else.
And then you make a move like Hartenstein.
Yep.
And Caruso. Come on, man.
Another, what was he? Was Caruso undrafted, right?
Undrafted.
Yeah. And so you got to get these guys, man. Lou Dort, a big cog in what they do.
Lou Dort, yes. That's what I'm saying. You know, I wish we had more time with Matt, because it's like those are the things. That's when scouts are earning their money. Cooper Flagg is easy.
Mm-hmm.
The potential's there. You're going to pick them. You have the draft pick. Number 1, you have to pick them there. Most of these guys, they like easy selections. It's the guys like we all just mentioned that, that's when you start earning your pay.
Can you go find that Duran guy for the Pistons where you're like, oh, shoot, what is he? Man, he's just a rebounding, dunking machine. Can you go find those other pieces that end up being huge for playoff run? I mean, that's why the Pacers can have where Tyrese Halliburton, they can win. He had 12 points because they got a bunch of other guys that can do a bunch of other things and just keep the team afloat. And I think that's just the current place we are, especially with the aprons happening as well. 877-99 on Fox. You want to hop into this? And if you see it where these teams' depth matters more than ever, they already made the pick.
Yep.
Oh, the pick is in. There, no surprise there. I guess there it is. Cooper Flagg will be at Dallas Maverick. He's there with his family now. Looking clean. You like the suit?
Yeah, he
looks
like a real estate agent.
Yeah. Yeah, he got he's in his, yes, he does sell luxury homes in Beverly Hills.
Those hats are a lot nicer than that championship hat they gave out.
Yeah, that Maverick hat's kind of sweet. I like a little throwback snapback. I like that.
That's nice.
Well, it happened. Cooper Flagg is the number 1 pick. He is the second youngest number 1 pick. He's 18 years, 186 days. LeBron James beat him by about 100 days or so. Well, he's the number 1 pick. Another highly touted prospect.
No, he beat him by 8 days.
8 days? Why I had 100 on there?
I don't know.
I told y'all.
What school did you go to?
Remember the grades? That's why I talk for a living, Olden.